Hello everybody, it's TannerFishies here, back again with a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video we are going to be discussing a possibility for Ninjago 2022 that might actually affect the Ninjago fanbase in a very personal matter, let's just say that. Now in terms of ships, shipping in the Ninjago community has been kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time, I must say. I for one enjoy ships in various shows that I watch. In case you guys don't know, the art of shipping, if you will, is to go ahead and pair two characters together in the hope that these two characters could eventually start a romantic relationship. This also works for established couples, and Ninjago is in no shortage of established couples. Ninjago is a surprisingly romantic series, and of course, being a romantic series, there are a lot of ships that come out of it. Jay and Nia, Kai and Skylar, Zane and Pixel, you guys name it, it's there. Ninjago has a lot of ships, and as such the Ninjago fandom has a lot of shipping wars. Various ships are frowned upon, while others are welcomed. One of the most popular ships though in the Ninjago community is the ship between Jay and Nia. Obviously they are one of the earliest established couples on the show, and as such they've been around for a while. The Jay and Nia ship has been around for quite a few years at this point, and as such it has gathered the attention of a lot of Ninjago fans. I myself think that Jay and Nia are a very good couple. In fact, they're probably my favorite couple throughout all of Ninjago. However, following the events of Ninjago Seabound, where Nia left for parts unknown, what does their relationship look like? And do they even have a relationship anymore? In my opinion, they will in the future, but for right now it's kind of just on a break, if you will. The two of them are probably just on a break right now. And considering how we don't know when Nia will be returning to the Ninjago series, the Jay and Nia ship could very well lose popularity in the fandom, and maybe even be overtaken by a new ship that might be prominent in the 2022 storyline. And like I said, it could even become the top ship when everything is all said and done. And that of course is the relationship between Kai and Skylar. Now with Kai and Skylar, their relationship, like Jay and Nia, has already been established, and there's been a lot of context surrounding their relationship. We've seen Skylar show up primarily in season 4, but she's also made cameo appearances in seasons 5, 6, 7, 9, you name it, and every single time she does have some type of thing with Kai. You can tell, especially in season 9, which was one of her final appearances up until her cameo in Ninjago Seabound's finale. But Kai and Skylar are very much an established couple. We just don't see a lot of their adventures or their interactions on screen. A lot of it is off screen and suggested by various Skylar appearances. And even though a lot of the Kai and Skylar relationship was established off camera, we still saw quite a bit of it during season 4 Tournament of Elements, where once again they kind of flirted back and forth with each other until they kind of got together at the end. There is some debate there, but I like to imagine that Kai and Skylar officially got together somewhere in between Skybound and Hands of Time. I feel like that's a pretty good, I guess, timeline to pinpoint when exactly their relationship started, and obviously they've been together ever since, despite Skylar herself not really showing up in a lot of recent Ninjago seasons. As mentioned earlier, her most recent cameo actually came towards the end of Seabound, another really big piece of evidence to suggest that she might actually play a really big role in a future Ninjago story down the line. But in the next year for Ninjago, in 2022, we have a very big suggestion that Skylar herself will indeed be returning, and as such, Kai and Skylar's relationship might actually grow significantly over the course of the next year, and could even overtake Jay and Nia in the eyes of the fans. It's already been confirmed that Skylar's powers will be explored at some point in Ninjago's future. As such, we as Ninjago fans can expect Skylar's return. When exactly that'll be, we don't really know, but I think it's very likely that she may indeed make another appearance in the year of 2022. Following Nia's departure, Kai might be feeling a lot of grief surrounding the loss of his sister. In fact, I very much guarantee it. How exactly Kai reacts to that grief is pretty much up for debate, but I've always suggested that perhaps Kai could kind of lose his mind a little bit. Maybe Kai could revert back to a darker, more personal side of his character, and maybe even become a vigilante-style ninja, like I've suggested several times before. As such, Kai may become a little bit violent in his act of taking down criminals, and following Nia's departure, Kai really doesn't care how he gets the job done. It's more along the lines of how quickly he can actually get it done. As such, I fully expect Skylar to be his anchor. If Skylar does indeed return in the next season, season, she could easily get involved to assist Kai and bring him back to the light, and perhaps we could even see their relationship develop over the course of the season. Skylar has been heavily rumored to be the replacement ninja for Nia in the next season. Obviously not a permanent replacement, as Nia is very much guaranteed to come back at some point in the future, but Skylar could very well be there as an active sixth member until Nia eventually does get back. Of course, with Skylar being part of the team, if this is indeed what's going to be happening, then Kai and Skylar's relationship will indeed grow exponentially. Tommy Andreasen, one of the co-creators of Ninjago, has also teased that Kai will be experiencing a large amount of romance next season, and obviously who is Kai's romantic partner? Skylar. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Kai and Skylar in the next season, especially following the ending of Seabound and Nia's absence. With Nia's absence, Skylar could easily come in and be the replacement for Nia until Nia eventually does come back and rejoin the team, which is pretty much guaranteed to happen someday. We're not exactly sure when, but Skylar's replacement will probably not be permanent. So we've already established that Kai and Skylar might actually see a lot of growth in their relationship over the course of the next year, but will that be enough to actually surpass Jay and Nia as one of the most popular ships in the Ninjago fandom? Could Kai and Skylar's relationship pretty much overshine Jay and Nia's relationship? In my opinion, Jay and Nia probably will not have all that much going on next season. We'll probably see Jay very much affected by Nia's loss, much like Kai will be, but I have a feeling that they will express different emotions and cope with her loss in different ways. Jay being the more shut down type, and Kai being the more expressive type, if that makes sense. But regardless, I don't feel like Jay and Nia's relationship will have all that much going on next season. I think it actually might be a long time before we even see Nia back in the show. As such, their relationship is going to be on break for a while. With Kai and Skylar's relationship still very much active, they could easily take over as the most popular ship. Of course, there are indeed other couples on screen at the moment, especially Zane and Pixel, like I mentioned earlier, and their ship is often praised as being one of the most wholesome ones throughout the entirety of Ninjago, and for that I need to agree. But if you want my honest thoughts as to what's going to be happening, I don't think the Kai and Skylar relationship will even come close to the Jay and Nia relationship. Jay and Nia have had several years to actually develop and grow their relationship. We've seen them go through ups and downs, which we haven't really seen for Skylar. A lot of the Kai and Skylar relationship has been off screen for the most part, and as such we don't really know a whole lot about what they do together and what they're all about when they are together. We've seen glimpses for sure, but nothing compared to Jay and Nia. The Jay and Nia relationship is a very solid piece of history, and it's history that Kai and Skylar's relationship just doesn't have. Of course, there is suggested history, but like I said, we don't see it, we only hear it. The classic show don't tell rule doesn't apply to Kai and Skylar, but it does to Jay and Nia. We've seen them go through ups and downs, even during Ninjago's Seabound. Jay and Nia were an extremely strong presence. So do I feel like Kai and Skylar could take over as the most popular ship now? Honestly, I don't think so. If Skylar would have been around for a longer time, and if Skylar would have had more frequent appearances in the Ninjago series, then I have no doubts that they could easily have formed a rivalry with the Jay and Nia relationship. Personally, I feel like Kai and Skylar's relationship will indeed be prevalent a lot next season, but in terms of whether or not it'll overtake Jay and Nia as being one of the most popular ships in the fan base, probably not. Like I said, Jay and Nia have history that Kai and Skylar simply do not have, and even though Kai and Skylar might actually have a lot going on next season, I don't think it's going to be anything compared to what Jay and Nia have had and what we might see for those two in the future. Skylar is one of my favorite characters throughout all of Ninjago, and I would very much love to appreciate her ship a little bit more than Jay and Nia, but Jay and Nia have such a solid bond that isn't easy to outmatch and outshine. As such, I don't think Kai and Skylar will even come close to them. We don't even know for sure if Skylar herself is going to be in the next season. It's heavily implied that she might be, and I feel like she will make an appearance in some degree, but in regards to whether or not she will be a main character or whether or not she will actually replace Nia, that is difficult to say and answer at this current moment in time. As of the recording of this video, we do not have any solid information. We just know that she might be explored at some point in the future, and I think it's very likely that Skylar may indeed return at some point. I do feel like Kai and Skylar's relationship will indeed grow though. Like I said, I feel like we will indeed see a lot of growth for their relationship, but I don't think it's even going to come close to what Jay and Nia have. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Feel free to leave a comment down below talking about what you think about this. Do you feel like Kai and Skylar's relationship will indeed be touched on at some point in Ninjago's future, and if it is, do you feel like that relationship could outshine Jay and Nia's relationship? Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. That's going to pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here today on this subject. Like I said, I don't think it's even going to come close to outshining Jay and Nia, but that's just my opinion at the end of the day. Leave all your thoughts down below, you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including once again the marvelous Jan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.